What's going on YouTube? So I'm making this response video to a YouTuber named Eon. He's making a 19-part series of Naruto versus Luffy, and in that stream we get into it a little bit about this topic. And there's just some things I don't agree with at all. I think he might be wrong on them. So my arguments for this video, they're gonna sound disjointed a little bit and sometimes slow. So bear with me. I don't usually make this type of content, but you might gain some insight from the information I provide, and yeah, enjoy.
The tail beast bomb outwardly. How would that be possible? Just that Luffy lacks the AP to damage Naruto. Why does he lack the AP to damage Naruto? What do you actually believe that in Naruto their punches are star level? Are you actually saying are you actually arguing that that you think that their punches are star level or some shit? You think that Naruto has planet level punches? Yeah, all right.
So he calls into question the AP of Naruto characters during the war arc, and I can already prove that they are planet to star level. So we have this panel of Kaguya about to destroy her time space, her own dimension. And even if I don't want to say it's like universal, we know it's at least solar system level because what's this? There's a sun in the background, a visible star, right? So okay, if you don't want to think that's a sun, all right, let's go to the next one. So I'll put it. Okay. So Sasuke during the work, he actually gets transported to this dimension, and then he's seen covering his eyes with his arm, and it creates a shadow. It creates a shadow here. Then the next panel we see light rays coming from said sun. So we know that the star in this dimension, it acts like a sun because it acts like a light source. And then Kaguya, as I established before, she was going to destroy said time space with the ETSO. So bare minimum, there will be planet to star level. And then we know the Otsutskis. The Otsutskis, they plant divine trees into planets they conquer. It consumes the planet of its chakra, and they bear a chakra fruit. All the planet's chakra. That is the entire purpose of the Otsutskis. So yes, they are planet to star level because they're fighting Kaguya on par. Anyway, let's see what else he has to say.
Guys, we got another one. Now that American administration controls TikTok, not protecting your privacy, they're not doing any of that. Yes, by lore they would. No, they would not. Naruto does not have star level punches.
So he strawmans me by laughing. Like this is what's whatever, right? You want to make fun, it's cool, but you know, at least be genuine, like in your debating. Because you're not actively trying to discredit my arguments. You're just like trying to invalidate it by taking it's like a cop-out argument.
Are we actually arguing here would be ignorance? Why yes? Why yes? Why would Naruto have star level punches? Since
also you can just say that Naruto characters doing the work, they're like star level in AP. Versus when they blow up a mountain, it's like DC, which is destructive capacity, and attack potency will be their like actual power.
when are his punches ever even remotely implied to be as powerful as a tailed beast bomb?
As a tailed beast bomb?
Baby must be hard. Don't worry about it. If I were a better swordsman, I could shatter this cage. It's not polite to roar at your dinner table. Anti-manners kick course. Luffy goes limp. Banana. Stomach at the air. Is universal because... Let me guess, what's next? Naruto is universal because of a movie, right? I've not come to
So he just assumes I'm saying Naruto is universal because of a movie, which is not even remotely true. I use the data books, which stipulate that he would be universal, and I actually have it on handy. Let's see. See if I can find it. There we go. The 10 Tails is a splinter from the god tree that gave birth to the universe. This is coming from the data book, by the way. And then we have Obito and Madara, they're controlling said power. And then Naruto post stages 6 paths mode. He kind of saps up Madara a bit, who possesses this overwhelming power, as said in the the guide I'm showing you on screen. And then they fight even more powerful being through Kaguya. So no, it's not from a movie like you're saying, dude.
conclusion that Toji is above Hikari. For Hikari's domain to work, the sure hit effect needs to work, and obviously that wouldn't work for Toji, so multiple times. That doesn't mean that he's exploding the tailed beast bomb inside that. You can believe out of himself. Tailed beast went out by that Glaze Trap session. I could also... I mean, Naruto can be universal. A continental Luffy still curb stomps him into the ground because of speed. He still loses to a continental... Listen, I'm gonna say it like this. Naruto could be multiversal. Naruto could be boundless. Luffy still wins because of speed and because he punches him in his heart and his heart explodes. There you go.
So I'm not gonna argue the speed point because One Piece characters are faster, and speed in Naruto has been a very contentious topic for years. So yeah, I'll give you the speed point, but the part of him punching Naruto with Rio, I assume, right? And him beating him would not be true because here's base Hokage Naruto getting punched by fused Momoshiki in this fight. He's actively getting pieced up, and then he finishes him off with a Tenketsu. Or not a Tenketsu, a Gentle Fist. He's attacking his Tenketsu, which is his chakra points in his chakra network. He hits him 3 times. I can show you the whole clip too. I'll let it load for a bit. Turn this down a bit. By the way, this is impressive as fuck. Naruto is reacting to Momoshiki's attacks in base with no dojutsu. He has no Kurama mode activated, no Sage mode. He is in base, and he just spent the last few hours getting his chakra drained by the Otsutskis. He's literally in base fatigued, fighting Fused Momoshiki, who just attained this new power. So we know that the Otsutskis are progenitors of Byakugan and the Gentle Fist. And then this is what the Gentle Fist can do. And this is established all the way in the Chunin exams, right? The Hyuga clan employs Jukin or Gentle Fist to inflict damage to the enemy's Karakue, through which the chakra flows. So this is the chakra network. That leads to the breakdown of the internal organs, destroying the foe from within. So Naruto is getting hit with these internal organs, with these attacks that destroy the internal organs. It breaks down the internal organs. He's receiving damage from within. He's receiving damage within, right? Right? So, and the effect grows gradually. Then Naruto would fight the same Neji in the other tournament arc. And he He did not land a single attack until the very end, but the entire time, Neji was just piecing up Naruto, like with no difficulty, and he still came out on top. And then, which again, we have the chakra network here. Neji would shoot. He shot these down. So yeah, it's internal. It damages the organs internally. And we see that the chakra network encompasses the organs, delicately intertwined with the organs that manipulate chakra. Attack the Kurakuke, and the organs will suffer as well. And then here comes Momoshiki. And then Momoshiki is already star level. He's already star level, dude. Why? Because in the novels, and I don't care if you think this is bullshit, Eon, but the novels are canon. They are definitely canon. Established by Shueisha and Kishimoto. So, let's see. What does it say? Just to harvest it, he very simply destroyed that star and everyone that lived there. So this world was star level, or at the size of a star. They came to the star level, or they came to that star, right? And the Otsutskis do what they do best, and they devour the chakra fruit from that planet, or the star. And it very simply says star. So, these are star level attacks, bare minimum, and this is from Fused Momoshiki, a stronger version of a regular Momoshiki. Alright, let's see what else he has to say.
There you go. An argument from incredulity? It's not an argument from incredulity. Why? What do you mean? Why you?
Yes, it is, because you're saying you don't believe the data books, which is objective information written by Kishimoto that pertains to the canon of the series. You have no other argument or reason to believe why it's not canon, dude. And you don't even explain why you don't believe it either, or why it's wrong. Which is why I say it's an argument from incredulity. You don't have an actual reason why it's wrong, dude.
You means an argument from incredulity. Give me the statement or feat that implies Naruto's fucking punches with star level amounts of force. Give me.
So give you the feat, okay. Well, once again, star level via Momoshiki, and then Momoshiki is hypothesized to be stronger than Kaguya, and even if you don't believe that, Kaguya was already going to destroy her time space, which contains a star. Like we see it in the background. It's a sun, dude. And then bare minimum, Naruto would be planet level because of this statement. And this is 50% Kurama too. See, on the side, Naruto is a powerful force that can easily turn the world to ash. And he doesn't have to outright destroy it or vaporize it. He can pulverize it and it'll still be planetary. There you go, that's the scan.
Give me the punch that says. Give me the feat that says Naruto's tails tank its own tailed beast bomb. Its mouth. This is his other horn. Isn't the tank at like there? The bullet. Let me see. Over here. Mouth. When it blows it, he. Beast bomb from the tail edition of fight like it's just dense. If in character Luffy starts in second gear, Naruto is going to be fighting an after image, basically. On low ball is Kentucky. No one said that Superman would lose to Luffy because Naruto and like this. Naruto also has the ability to just randomly change because Naruto Super fuck, go back. Arms, limbs, and all that. Statically allowed. And you can still see that the bomb doesn't mean that he had an. He basically. I meant the clip of him body warp and shape around. Will in turn not argue with. Isn't planetary. He's not planet. People still say Naruto isn't planetary. By the way, I'm talking about in the comments. He isn't planetary. He's not planetary. What makes Naruto planetary? I can agree to Hokage Naruto. That version of Naruto, 100%. But didn't Sasuke's sword easily
Hokage Naruto star level.
get pierced? Sasuke's sword easily get pierced by... Okay. Skill... Because different characters necessarily argue that the third Raikage QB champ... Cutting slash. Our level without glade. Planet would be all their asses are... And shit, so Nox until the third one. That Growl, that's the one that stole the key. Taking out of the bridge on the loose. They lured us to dial. That's one, but I won't. Damn. It doesn't look like the key. Okay. A wax ball. Open up. Water. It's water. It's a miracle. That's the key, Mr. 3. Are you insane? That's a banana dog. Gasp. I'm alive. Thought I was a goner. Crocodile thinks he can get rid of me and understand. What a brilliant. A key? Are you guys here? You find key. Try not to get maybe King's wax powers to make a duplicate key. Here's no time. That. A sun? What do you mean it acts like a sun? A star doesn't. We can safely assume that there's a solar system because it acts like a sun. What do you mean it acts like a sun? A star does not innately act like a sun. A sun.
Well, you know, in this case it does because I already established that the star emits light rays, and then Sasuke is covering his eyes and it creates a shadow, and then we see the light rays like being emitted from the sun, and then Sasuke returns to this dimension years later, and we know it's the same dimension because we see Sakura's jacket, and then we see the sun in the background, and this was in the day Naruto became Hokage, by the way, like, which is years later down the line. It's like almost a decade later, if I'm not mistaken. So if we didn't have the evidence to assert that it would be a sun, and I'll grant you that, but then we literally see why it would be a sun, because it'd be like if you're just walking down the street normally, like any normal day, you see the sun like in the background. So yeah, it's a sun, dude.
You mean this feat right here? A tuning exam, toddler, a snake, walk one down, which Naruto, the sun is a star, doesn't do anything. Yeah, but you can't really argue that those stars that the strong or as powerful. The sun is a star, doesn't do anything. Yeah, but you can't really argue that those stars that the star is A, the size of the sun. You can't argue that B. First, what I'm trying to say is that the star in Kaguya's dimension is not. You can't argue it's the same size of the sun. You can argue it's larger than the sun. You can argue it's smaller than the sun. You cannot argue it is the same size as the sun. There's actually no way to quantify it in comparison to that.
So this is an argument from ignorance because I already established it acts like a sun, and then in fiction, any fiction you debate in or you discuss, you kind of have to assume things function the same like it does in the real world. Like if you have a pen in an anime, and it's this like mystical pen that does anything, it'll be different from a normal pen in real life. So in Naruto, because we see the light rays being emitted from this dimension, we had to assume that that it is a sun, because there's nothing else to establish that it wouldn't be. And we can say it's a safe assumption that the preponderance of evidence would suggest it would be a sun. You can't just say it wouldn't be a sun because it hasn't been stated. It has been established by Kishimoto or Shueisha or anything like that. So, yeah, I can safely assume that it would be a sun, bro.
You also can't argue it's like a solar system because this is the only place that we see. This is the only dimension that has that star specifically, unless you think that all of them are interchanged. Just denying what people are saying.
So I can safely assume it would be a solar system, because the average distance from the sun is like what, 93 million miles? It's 93 million miles away. So in this dimension, you can say that this place Sasuke's standing on, it's like a planet, and then surrounding this planet is like a sea of stars that would lead to the sun.
So you see how he stops this jail to wait? Yeah, Naruto stopped it, right? As Gamabunta. Sorry, as large as my. Disagree with the notion. Specifically to moment. We have more evidence it's a sun versus if it's not. What makes you think that it's a sun versus that it's not? You could argue its size is based on the color, but I don't know how to do it. Maybe.
I already showed you why it would be a sun.
You'd also have to argue that it is a part of the dimension that is a ninjutsu, and it was not going to. It is part of the ninjutsu. You cannot say that it. You're alive. Cough, cough. Whoa, smart. Naruto Stadler. Rain to 3 years old. Guys, quick question. It's 3 years time skip, man. I love when people video with size scaling between Naruto. Always, man, it's crazy. They swung a giant. Their nature energy works. So when trying to use Kamui, okay, and he's not a toddler, but he's still significantly okay, and.
So I can't really elaborate on this, but this is what I meant. So Kaguya's dimensions are extremely vast because let's see what this says. Okay. So I'll need normal chakra to do it since it's not my time space. If my chakra runs out on there, I'm done for. I'm going to okay, so let me just cut this part out. Okay, here we go. This is the one I was looking for. What an incredibly vast time space. To be able to connect them in an instant. What the heck is Kaguya? I say this because, first of all, he needs a vast amount of chakra to even make portals inside her dimension because it's not his time space. And what Obito is using is time space ninjutsu. So at max, you can say they're universal. If it's universal, that's even like more impressive because it's a time space. And if you don't want to believe that, that's fine, because we can just state that they're solar system level because of the star in the background or the sun, and we know it acts like a sun because, once again, right? So that's why I said this is why I even bring this up, because she's able to connect them, and then Obito questions like what Kaguya is, like what is she, right? She's just all powerful being that can do this. Anyway.
5 years younger than Luke, 12-year-old. Obviously, like, he would loot. Like, then when you make the comparison, at that point, actually fuck off. It's like always trying to move the goalpost. At that point, actually fuck off. I'm sorry.
Side note, but this guy, he's been replying to me the entire time. He said, he says they're vast. That's it. No. He says more than that.
Sorry.
Anyway.
At that point, actually fuck off. It's like always trying to move the goalpost. As a child, Naruto, actually fuck off. I'm sorry. Comparison, you're like, well, Naruto's still a kid. Like, fuck off. At that point, actually fuck off. I'm sorry. At that.
Anyway, what's this guy's deal anyway? Like, he has a chip on his shoulder or something. Like, I don't know if he like debating this topic for 19 streams straight has made him agitated, and which I can understand because this is a very hectic topic to deal with. But you know, at this point, it's just like what's wrong with you, dude?
At that point, actually fuck off. His country is old, but then, oh man. Oh wait, you think Luffy's stronger than Naruto? Well, he's a kid, man. I mean, at that point, actually fuck. It's stated to work, not. You don't. Guys will probably lose, but I gotta try anyway. No, I don't debate people, especially people that have full stop civilized. Will probably lose, but I gotta try anyway. No, I don't debate people, especially people that.
So, this is where I offered to debate him. because it gets tiring to like type entire paragraphs to like state your point, right? And he declines, which I understand. He's doing his streams, whatever he needs to do his content. It's cool. Like he could have said that, right? But no, this is what he has to say about that.
Especially people that are just gonna bring up disingenuous arguments. Listen, dude.
So he calls my arguments disingenuous, which is a straw man. My arguments are not disingenuous because all the information I presented, they're from the manga, right, and the anime, and they come from the data books. These data books are written by Kishimoto. They pertain to the canon of the story. It's like calling the Daizenshu disingenuous, right? Because it's not in the manga or anime for Dragon Ball. But we know that's not true because Toriyama said that the Daizenshu would have helped them write the series better. So no, dude, they're not disingenuous because this is all information. This is all factual. This is all objective. Like everything that pertains to my scaling is consistent. There's no inconsistency. Anyway.
Dude, you can believe whatever you want to believe. My argument is very simple and I'll make it very clear for you, Vader. Luffy wins because of speed. It's not power.
Okay, he has the speed advantage, but he doesn't have the power advantage. You told me verbatim that he's continental level. And I don't know if you meant that as his peak, but a continent versus a solar system, dude. Come on, man. That's like having someone from the bantamweight division fight a heavyweight in boxing. You just don't do it. Luffy punches Naruto and nothing happens. Naruto tanks it by virtue of fighting Kaguya. Naruto's body has to be durable. His body has to be durable enough to even punch Kaguya the way he does. Where does he punch Kaguya? Look at this fucking scan. So right here he punches Kaguya. His fist should be broken. His fist should be fucking broken, right? But it's not. He punches the shit out of her. This is a solar system. This is a planet, bare minimum, being to possibly universal. And if you don't want to believe universal, then solar system will be fine too. This Kaguya, it sends her flying. Why isn't his fist broken, Eon? Why isn't his fist broken? And then, see, in the next panels, he creates a Rasen Shuriken cluster, then he chucks it at her. And then it does damage to her, like it tears off her arm. And then we see some scuffs and marks. So yeah. He's beyond Luffy's, he's just far beyond Luffy right now. Yeah, right now, because we might see something later with Luffy, but then we have to wait, right? Because the series is not done. So
It's not durability, it's speed. Luffy has the ability to inject damage internally. And Naruto...
once again, Naruto has fought such beings before. First Neji, right? Let me look up these panels too, because he got hit by like a ton of these attacks. Naruto is bleeding. He is bleeding, dude. He is bleeding. Neji, who cares? N versus N, yeah, whatever. So take a gander at this. Naruto at this point has been getting hit with so many gentle fists. And what's that move called? The tri-palm? 64 palms? He got hit by numerous of these and he's bleeding. His internal organs are destroyed. And he's still standing. And then multiple years later, 2 decades later, because he's 13 here, Naruto's like, what, 32, 33 at this point? At this point in the series, okay, it's not popping up. Okay. At this point in the series, he gets hit by a gentle fist from a fused being and a fused Otsutsuki who are already star level. Bare minimum. Do I have to show you again? So we know that it did eternal damage there because he's coughing up blood, and he tanks it. He still goes Kurama mode after this. KCM2. Sage of Six Paths. He should be dead, but he's not. So you can keep bringing up the argument that Luffy defeats Naruto because he punches his organs internally. No. I already proved to you why he can't.
Does not have a chakra network in his heart.
Oh, yes he does. VPN, okay. Yes he does. That's bullshit. The chakra network surrounds the heart. It surrounds its organs. So yeah, you can say that Rio would have shut down the chakra network because it's kind of similar to Gentle Fist. I could give you that, but Naruto will still be fighting. He'll still be standing, even if Luffy has the speed advantage. But like I said, he lacks the AP to even do any damage to him. There's nothing he can do. There is nothing Luffy can do to Naruto.
I can give you all the scans right now if you want to see all the scans. There's no reason for you and I to go into a debate, for you to sit here and try to bring up some bullshit arguments or bring up the...
They're not bullshit though, they're from the data books.
Or try to move the goalpost.
Moving what goalpost?
Naruto can be universal. He could have universal attack potency. The TSO could be light speed. I could give Naruto every benefit of doubt. He still loses to Luffy because Luffy can inject damage into his chest or...
No, he can't. There's nothing Luffy can do to Naruto. Because Luffy is far weaker than Fused Momoshiki. And you already saw Naruto tank three pressure point attacks. And then Naruto still has the breath to even like question it, like Tenketsu? Yeah. And then he hears a 1-inch punch. Fine. Fatigue base Hokage Naruto, by the way.
Head. Look, Naruto has no defenses against that.
Not true.
It is stated verbatim by Kakashi, there is no way to train internal organs. Naruto is...
Which is true. That is true. He says it right here. Oh no, he says it. What does he say? There's no way of strengthening the internal organs. So what baffles me, Eon, is that it would seem to me that you have this panel, the scan right here, and then you know that my guy says that that the gentle fist, it leads to the breakdown of internal organs, which is internal damage, what you're trying to assert. So you know what it's capable of, but you left out this part conveniently, which kind of baffles me. So you just kind of harp on this point that Luffy would do internal damage to Naruto. But we know that Naruto can tank these types of attacks and still be able to fight.
Shown verbatim by Kabuto to have destroyed the chakra network around his heart. It is stated verbatim by Tsunade that she cannot repair the chakra network or reattach it to a cell once it's been severed. Kabuto severed the chakra network from his heart. Luffy blitzes, punches Naruto with a country level punch, with an island level punch to his heart. His heart is not special. It does not have higher durability. It does not have higher resistances. And Naruto does not have a single feat within the entire context of the story that even remotely implies that he can survive his heart exploding or his brain exploding.
Which is not true because I already established that he would be able to. It's just raw durability. Like, he doesn't even enhance his organs with chakra or anything. Like, Naruto just tanks it. He just tanks it.
There you go. Drop the ego and have some epistemic humility. There's no what ego am I telling you? I'm just...
Well, it kind of sounds like you do have an ego because, like, you're kind of being facetious about this. Like, you're kind of laughing off my points, like I'm talking like I'm crazy or something. and then you just go off on this tirade that you're trying to assert your argument, and I'm telling you to have some epistemic humility because
telling you straight.
I have the data books that will support my claims. Then you don't consider the canon, the canon. You don't consider the data books to be anything or anything worthwhile, which is disingenuous in itself.
No, that is what the argument is. I am giving you my argument. You're not.
And I give you my argument. I already give you my argument in this discussion right here. And why he would be. I already asserted that the data books can't be wrong. You're trying to say that they're wrong, but they're not. Why are they wrong? You have to provide a statement that says they're wrong. Why? Because you say so? Sure, dude.
Not going to convince me otherwise. I've already got the argument laid out. I've already got all the evidence I need. I'm reading through One Piece just to find more shit for Luffy.
And then his mods want to come in and try to defend him. He says, "Vader, let's just stop this topic and let Eon focus on his work. You can debate fully once the video is made and all the facts are fully laid out." Well, then why is he responding to me? Why is he responding to me? If he didn't want to respond to me, then he would have just continued focusing on his stream. But he just kept responding to me though. So I don't know, dude.
It's not an ego thing. I'm just telling you straight up, dude.
No, it just kind of sounds like you do have an ego.
I'm just telling you straight up. It's not ego.
I'm telling you straight up.
I'm not trying. There's no ego or humbleness here. I'm just telling you straight up. The information's right there. I can pull it up all for you.
And to give you a basis of what epistemic humility even is, it's as humans, you recognize that our knowledge is limited, that the knowledge that we have can be incomplete or incorrect. So when we're presented with new information, we can decide to accept that new piece of information and change our worldview, or decide to ignore it. So when I present to you the data books that supports my claims that I'm trying to make, you brush it off with these straw man arguments, which is why I say that you have no epistemic humility. You need to get some, and that's why I say you have an ego. Just food for thought.
Pull it up all for you, dude. I can bring up every single scan, the line of logic, everything there. Doesn't survive a single. I don't care if he doesn't. He never gets hit in the first place.
So okay, so for this, even if Naruto wouldn't be able to hit Luffy initially, we know that in the war, Naruto was able to fight. He was able to fight for what, 3 days during the war. So he spends 2 days fighting in the war, right? Then post-war, he fights Sasuke for a full day. Or it was 1 or 2 days or something like that. And then Luffy, at best, his longest fight was something like 12 or 13 hours against Katakuri. So it's just a matter of stamina at this point. We know Luffy, he doesn't have terrible stamina, but compared to the rest of the verse, his stamina is lacking. And then if he fights Naruto, eventually Naruto is gonna hit Luffy, and he's gonna hit Luffy, dude, because we know that Naruto just has massive reserves of chakra and stamina by virtue of being an Uzumaki, and the Uzumaki are crazy. We know their stamina is insane, and we've seen this of Naruto throughout the entire series. It's no different in the war, dude. Luffy's gonna get hit eventually, and then Naruto with one shot.
He never gets hit in the first place. There you go.
Not true.
I have info too. Yeah, you have high-end interpretations that aren't supported by actual feats and statements in the anime and manga, but sure, you can believe that. You're also that aren't supported by actual feats and statements in the anime and manga, but sure. You have high-end interpretations that aren't supported by actual feats and statements in the
Well, you can say the same thing about Whitebeard, dude. You don't Whitebeard.
anime and manga, but sure, you can believe that. And interpretations that aren't supported by actual feats and statements in the anime and
They don't have to be. It's author intent. The same thing with Whitebeard. This is written in his Vivre card by Oda. This is written by Oda himself. The same thing with the data books in Naruto. They're written by Kishimoto, the author. It's what the author intends for the story. They don't have to be supported by feats because they can just be low-end feats in the anime. Their DC, destructive capacity, versus their AP, attack potency. This is attack potency, Eon. The same thing with Whitebeard. This would be AP, attack potency. And everything we see in One Piece is just DC. Like when Blackbeard gets, so this is what Blackbeard does. So this is what Blackbeard does, right? This would be his DC, right? Like he's breaking apart huge chunks of the island. That's destructive capacity. What we see like on screen, it doesn't have to equate to their actual AP. Because if you actually saw their AP on screen, like most of the planet would be like in chunks. Like
in manga, but sure, you can believe that. You're also state Manda and Gamabunta scale above that snake. Okay. By scaling, I hope you realize that most characters in Naruto, physically cannot stop that giant snake. Come on here. I'm not arguing against Kishimoto. I'm going with Kishimoto's. I'm not arguing against Kishimoto, dude. I'm not
yes, you are
arguing against Kishimoto. I'm going with Kishimoto's owed information. You're the one here.
You say that, but then you ignore the data book that will support my claims. All of the arguments I've laid out, they're supported by the data book. And yet you want to call them disingenuous or bullshit.
Taking statements and information hyperbolically in order to get Naruto to star level or massive.
Why are they hyperbolic? You need to elaborate.
Level. Like what are we doing here? You're basically saying would the Raikage be the fastest in JJK verse? Yeah, you could probably argue it. If you wanted to, you could probably argue it. Movement speed wise, yeah, sure. If you wanted to. But then again, if we also put him in JJK, he wouldn't be able to move at those speeds physically. That's also if you highball the Raikage. The next time we meet Straw Hat, you're dead meat. The Marines are coming this way to Alabarna. Dude, go east. Just this once. Level, that's fine. You could say Naruto star level, he still loses to Luffy. He's just distracting you. I know. This is the same thing always, though, man. It's like, God, that is so... You're not right. Nah, I don't care to... Debating has never been about actually trying to, like, somebody in some gotcha bullshit, and that's really it. Debating has never been about actually trying to, like, have an actual conversation. More so, it's just about, well, how can I find something to make you look stupid or prove you wrong? And that's really...
This is a standardization of debating. It's not always like that. There are actually some civilized debates where they have genuine discussions. Some debates like borderline on genuine discussions, where like two opponents, they lay out all the information, and they come to a they come to a conclusion using dialectics.
Really what it is. That's why I don't like debating. That's why I don't debate. I'll have a conversation with a person. I'll be like, okay, so can you explain to me why you reached this conclusion? Okay, this, and that. Okay, I can see where you're coming from. And I'll just leave it at that. I'm not here.
It's not hard to prove most statements. Most Dragon Ball statements are hyperbolic. Okay.
I'm really not here to debate anybody on this. At the end of the day, it's all up to for interpretation.
So here I say he's afraid of debate because it just sounds like he's ducking at this point, and you know, once again he's doing a stream, so I've caught him on the spot, and like he just wants to do his content, which is cool. But he doesn't say that at all. He like explains why he doesn't debate, and you know he goes he goes with the worst interpretation, like what debates entail. But debates aren't always like that. They can be civilized as well, which is what I was like offering. But okay.
I'm not afraid to debate, and I'm definitely not against you either.
So why not debate me?
I'm definitely not afraid to debate.
Debate me then.
Not a meta debater, but we can discuss though. I'm not a weird twin. I mean, it's fine. Just trying to write down 7 pages of everything that happens in Naruto. We can run it. You can definitely debate. You can definitely debate that person. I'm not debating anybody. Because power scaling is all about interpretation.
No, power scaling is about objectivity. I even say this in the chat. Like when you're like comparing 2 prominent characters like Luffy and Naruto, you really need all the facts. You need all the facts. You can't just say one is stronger because, you know, oh, I think this because yeah.
You can get Naruto to star level, you can get Naruto to planetary, you can get Naruto to faster than light in the first arc. That doesn't mean that all those metas are objectively correct. It does.
Why? By your logic, I'm giving you my interpretation. And my interpretation supersedes yours of Luffy's.
Doesn't mean that all those metas are 100% true. It doesn't mean that all those metas are inherently, well, you can say that.
And this is where his mods come in. They wanna yeah, he's timed me out for being disruptive, even though he is responding, which doesn't make sense to me. Anyway.
That they're not inherently incorrect, but you can't also say that they're inherently correct either. You can is about objectivity. No, it's not about objectivity. Power.
So you see my message got deleted by the mod. I didn't notice this at first, but I was trying to have a genuine discussion about this topic, but then his mods were kind of wanna you know, fight for their Lord and Savior, I guess, but whatever.
Power scaling is objectively not objective.
Yes, it is. Then how do we scale characters? How do we scale characters? You can't just say Goku isn't planetary, because that's your interpretation. You have to be objective with it. I can argue that Goku is planetary because he beat Frieza in he beat Frieza in Namek arc, right? And then Frieza, during the in the flashback, he destroys planet Vegeta in his first form. That will put Goku at planetary. That's me being objective. If you don't have objectivity in a debate, and then people would just spout out their subjective statements and interpretations about a character, which is false. That's not how you do power scaling, dude.
Because it's all about how you choose to interpret things. The way that you're going to read something is different. The way that you're going to read something or interpret something that another person read the exact same page is going to be different. And depending on the confines and the context of what we're reading, it's subjective. Where you scale a character is subjective. The only person that can tell you objectively where a character scales is the author. If you say that Naruto is star...
But I already explained to you why the author thinks Naruto's this level, by his data books and statements from the manga and anime. It's supported by the data books, dude.
Level, but then there is a literal statement from Kishimoto that says Naruto can blow up the earth with a single-tailed beast bomb. That
it doesn't have to be direct. He stated like that. Does Toriyama have to directly state that Goku can blow up a planet, even though he's never done so? Well, we know he can.
would make Naruto not star level. That would make him planetary.
That would just make him planetary bare minimum.
And that comes from a data book.
Well, that's not stated in the data book. It's implied. He's implied to be solar system level.
You can ride that thing. It's creepy. Lear, Eyelash's friend, is Eyelash's hometown. You can ride that thing. It's creepy. Lear. Here, Eyelash's friend is Eyelash's hometown.
So yeah, this is where I get timed out. Because one of the mods is something he wanted to be lame. And I come back later with the second account, but
he has the thing. Zenkai boost itself throughout the 4th grade immediately show how much more powerful Naruto. For value you want to give Naruto within the story. It's never stated in Naruto. Like, you could basically make the argument like, well, Naruto with like 10,000 clones, you know, through his training was able to get through like 8,000 hours worth of training. Sure, but how do you quantify that to like 13 clones? To getting more objective value that you can go for it. Have you heard of the Trump administration? I heard about getting funding to research, and mine, her boiling to like, he actually trying to like go around for the team, and all what's happening in terms of situation is humble and kind of a gentleman. When you say meta scale line of is the Earth data here though by saying it's not your lifeless experiences. I'm not saying that Sasuke isn't getting stronger from that. I'm just saying it's not quantifiable. I didn't time out Vader myself. Seems like he changed that. I'm just saying it's not quantifiable. I on silence because he's afraid of the truth. What am I afraid of?
You ducked me in a debate, even though you claim even though you claim that you're not afraid to debate me. You come up with all this, you know, reasoning to not want to debate me at all, even though I offer to be civilized. Like, we can be civil, bro. We're two adults talking about anime. I like anime. I like One Piece and Naruto. I've been watching Naruto much longer. Like, we can debate, dude. Like, I have all the scans I need to like. Yeah, but.
What am I afraid of? That I don't want to give you the time and energy today to fucking debate something that I already know the arguments for? No.
I mean, you say that, but then you want to call them disingenuous.
I don't want to do that. What is the size of Kurama? How big Kurama is? I can tell you this. Where the fuck is that fat frog? Meters. Oh, there you go. Yeah, right here, right? Let's go to summoned against them.
And then his another one of his goons want to like try to silence me again, but okay, dude.
Like right here?
Like I said before, he's actively responding to me. Then he's responding to other people in chat, but I'm the one that gets penalized for some reason. Just because I pressed him in a debate. Like, alright, bro. Like, get real.
Yeah, Gamma Bunta's about the same size as Shikaku. Right here, he's about the same size. You what? Let's just up it to 20 meters. Let's up it to 20 meters if you really want to, right? Even though Shikaku has a 4th grade ninja war, right? Let's see Shukaku and ooh, Kurama. Oh, look at that. All about the same size. As a matter of fact, you only have to talk about that. Yeah, we can talk about this, well, Minato at one point, Gamma Bun is 17 meters, but he's also large enough that his head is almost the same.
And then he comments, because you are disrupting what Eon is trying to do in this stream. And I'll reiterate this for the last time. He's actively responding to me. He's choosing to respond to me. He can choose not to respond to me and continue with the stream. Right?
Same size as Kurama's head. And oh, look at that. Only be information or no means that Kurama 40 kilometers. Your only material. Give me anything else. Evidence that implies fight his own battles. I don't know what you're talking about. People in the chat too. Evidence that implies the size of these giant beings. There are people in the chat too. This is a back and forth. Let him fight his own battles. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, but once again he responds. So I was responding to the mod. I'm referring to the fact that Eon, that you're responding to other people in the chat, like in this stream, and that this is like a back and forth with his viewers. I would assume, or at least I think that's how it functions. And I'm telling them to let you fight your own battles. Cause why are they meat riding you? They're like this hard. They're meat riding you this hard, dude. Like, I'm not insulting other people. Like I come back later to insult one of your mods, and I'll admit that goes too far, but Yeah, this was a back and forth, and you know that.
Kurama's barely big benefit of doubt. If you genuinely believe size and show, and at worst, question why decided Kurama to try to make a case that and the one time that he just guitar Susano on top was doing. I don't give a fuck what he was doing. The thousands scouring over this. I don't scan Sunny or unironically like this tall. This is how big Gamma Buntai. He's a tiny little cute little frog in the One Piece version.
Here, this is where I get timed again.
Gamma Bug. Oh, yeah, two. How tall are they? Help other house in the sun. Yes, action. You'd be surprised. They'll argue 1,000 Sunny. What am I supposed to tell you? Explain to try to bring a bite out of him. Haku not being one that has no bigger than he feels can kill her. Want a timeout? Trying to stop your mods.
Okay, so they untie me on my main account, and then I come back and I call these mods pussies.
The world, but as long as you're still around, she'll kill herself trying to stop. Your mods are pussies, and that is all I needed to now put you on a timeout.
Okay, so yeah, that one I do deserve. I will admit, like I said, that was out of line. I'm just mad that I'll actually explain what it. He gives his reasoning why I was banned. But hold on.
You're not gonna call my mods pussies. My mods are not pussies. Nobody here is a pussy. You are not going to sit here and insult anybody because they have a difference in opinion against you.
Which isn't true, by the way. That's not why I insulted them.
When it comes to actual made-up characters from a random manga, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. You can believe whatever you want to believe. If you want to believe the Naruto curb stomps, you have every right to believe that. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you're wrong. I will just sit here and say, I disagree, and you're going to have to live with that. Now.
So that's not why I called your mod a pussy. I called your mods a pussy because they kept timing me out. Well, once again, I'm just having a genuine discussion about this topic. Once again, these are two characters like I do really like. And I've always wondered who's actually stronger at the end of the day. But that's not why I got mad and called him a pussy. Like, you know, I can handle people saying that Luffy's stronger. I'll just have to prove them wrong. Like, 'cause that's what I do, right? I'll show you a scan why you're wrong. And we'll call it that, right? So, you saying,
The Naruto mod.
like, I call him a pussy because I have a different opinion. It's just blatantly false. Like, at this point, you're not being genuine. Like, you're being disingenuous. And then you want to call my arguments disingenuous, Eon. You know, I think you need to reevaluate your argumentation. Because at this point, it just sucks. Like, your argumentation really sucks.
Manga. We're not going to do that.
And once again, we can debate, dude. We can get in VC and debate. And I'll slap you on a debate in Naruto versus Luffy. But you already said you can't do that because you like to duck. Okay.
We're not going to do that. You can tell you now. Quote unquote fully realized when he was also in full control of the body. Is any bullshit, alright?
So yeah, that was the end of my inclusion in this little saga. Yeah, Naruto slaps Luffy in base. He doesn't need Kurama or anything like that. And yeah, that's that.